I am sitting in the car because I have a doctor's appointment today. So I've had this weird little red spot on my nose for years, literal years. And I got to the point where it just kind of bothered me. It wasn't really I don't know. It wasn't anything major. I just didn't like the way that it looked, to be honest. And so at my doctor's office, I see the functional medicine doctor that is downstairs, and then upstairs they have a dermatology office. And so I was asking my doctor, is this red spot anything I should be concerned about, because I have had it for a really long time. And it was kind of growing, not out, but it was just getting the dot was getting a little bit bigger and a little more red. And she's just make an appointment upstairs with the dermatologist team and just ask them to take a look, because she's honestly, I have no clue what that is. So I did, and then they started out with kind of a laser, just what you would get if you were gonna get a resurfacing laser or something, just very minor, and it really pissed it off. It got so mad. It because it was flat, it was just a red bump, but it was flat, and then it turned into this huge, it was so weird. It looked kind of like a skin tag, but it was red and it would bleed. So I washed my face with a washcloth, and every time I would wash my face, it would just bleed, and literally I'd get out of the shower and Keith would be like, oh my gosh, because it would just be gushing blood, and it was all down my face, and it was just horrible. So I went back and they were like, oh my gosh, yeah, we need to cut it out. So then I had a little minor surgery where they went in, they totally cut it all the way out and removed it. They didn't need to stitch it or anything, but they removed the chunk. And then it grew back again, and that didn't work, so I had to come back, and they tried a different laser. So they did something that was I forget what it was called, but basically a cauterizing laser. So it was going under the surface instead of topical. And they were it's gonna cause kind of a divot, but it will do the job. And I was at this point, I don't even care. It was a hassle because it was bleeding all the time. Then it was swollen. It was horrible. So I was a divot on my nose, I don't care, just get it gone. So they did that, and it's worked so far. There is a divot, but it's skin color, and now it's growing back. So I have a tiny little red dot. So I'm here for my follow-up, just for the healing process, to see how it's doing. And we'll see if they relaser it or leave it alone, or what the plan is. So it doesn't pay to be vain, because sometimes you should just leave things the way they are. Okay, we're back in the car, we're all done. He said the one spot that he did, I think it's a CO2 laser. It's a cauterizing laser. The last time worked, but the one little spot that was coming back, he re-zapped. So I just have to wear the Band-Aid for just a little bit until, he said, basically it's just to soak up the blood. Otherwise, just keep Vaseline on it and it should heal just like the last one. And hopefully that's the end of it. They said if I come back for anything downstairs or whatever, I can just pop up and they'll do the little resurfacing laser to help with the divot. But otherwise, hopefully we can lay this little bump to rest. Keith just got home from work and he stood on the deck with some binoculars, and we think we see a calf. Okay, so I keep all of our records on my phone, which has worked out so far so good. Okay, the next number is 2330. So I just keep them in my notes, and then when we're out and about, if anybody's born, we know the number. We have the tag number, the day they were born, the calf name, and then their mom's name, and then if it's a heifer or a bull. So we've kept track for the last 2 years that way, and then we upload everything onto like an official spreadsheet on the computer. So we'll grab a couple things like our vitamin A, D, E, B12 gel, and then the tag. And we haven't really been banding at birth if it's a bull calf, just because some of the people that are buying from us want intact bulls. So we kind of stopped that process. Last year we had a lot of steers people wanted, and then this year most everybody has wanted a bull, so we've just left them all intact. So we've got what we need, and now we'll go see what it is. Let the kids pick the calf name. Not that the names matter or anything. They all get tags, and then we write the name on the back just for fun, and then also for when we sell our calves, when they go on the website, they're named. They also have their tag numbers still, but it's just kind of like something fun. So Landon just named this heifer Basil. Her mom's name is Shania. So Basil was born today, and they're back there, and Keith's gonna go over and give her a tag. For those of you that don't know, this is what an ear tag looks like. He's drying it. So that's an ear tag, and then it will go in this. So the ear tag part goes here. This little piece clamps in, and it's literally just like getting your ear pierced. So it's just a bummer for a minute, and then that's it. All the heifers get their tags in the left ear, and all the bull calves get their tags in the right ear. So at first glance, it's just easier for us to tell. And then with our registered herd, they all have pink tags. So all the purebred, unregistered calves are orange, and the registereds are all pink. Easier than sometimes. So there are certain cows that we have that are a little less friendly after they calve. Highlands are like amazing mothers, but because they're such good mothers, they don't really want you near their calf. So yeah, so sometimes after they calve, it's really hard to get close to their brand new gaff for you to tag and do the vitamins and things like that. So this one went very smooth. It seems like the younger like first time heifers, or even like they've had a couple calves, they're usually a little bit more friendly than like the cows that have done this a lot. They seem to be a little bit more like, don't come near my baby. We get asked a lot what the pool is. So it is a stock tank. It's the biggest stock tank you can buy from like your local farm store. And then I have on my Amazon storefront all the links of everything besides the stock tank that Keith purchased to make it. So the reason why it stays clean is because it does have chlorine and it does have a pump. So the pump kind of circulates the water so that it doesn't get like stagnant and gross. And then obviously the chlorine, while it's not the best, it does keep it clean. But we're like, you know, we wanted to do the saltwater one, but it still uses some chlorine. So we just kind of went with chlorine again this year, even though it's not our preference, but it is what it is. So yeah, if you're interested in that, I'll leave the links down below and you can check it out. So we will do cheeseburger tacos on the Traeger Flat Rock. Like I mentioned in my other video, I am doing the t-shirts for our town's little VBS. So be careful with that. So I need to press all the vinyl onto the t-shirts tonight because we have a meeting tomorrow to kind of get everything finalized for Monday. So tomorrow's Friday, so I have a couple days to get it all done, but I just want to be prepared. Nothing too entertaining. Sawyer and Landon both got their first BB guns this summer, and they have a target. Our deck is a freaking mess because we took our hot tub out, and that's where we want to do our outdoor built-in kitchen. So eventually we'll do kind of like in this area along the edges. We'll put the flat rock and the Traeger like built in with some like concrete countertops or something. So that's another project that we have. It's like a never-ending list of projects that we have here. But Sawyer and Landon love like riding their scooters on the deck and like putting their targets for their BB guns on the deck. So the deck is definitely heavily used and well loved. So it deserves its own little makeover. We've been a little busy. And with the cheeseburger tacos, we prefer cheeseburger tacos. I don't know, just like cheeseburger toppings, but like with a taco. We've done the smash burger with the taco shell. Super good. But Keith said it's too much work, so tonight he's just doing like ground beef. And we have tomatoes from our garden, so yummy. So we'll do tomatoes and lettuce from the garden, and then we have a smoked pepper jack, so delicious, and then we'll do a little bacon. So basically everything that you put on a cheeseburger, but with a taco shell instead of a bun. So once upon a time, I genuinely believed I was going to start a boxed party company. So I like went all out. I bought all these different themed party supplies, and I was gonna list them on a website, and I named my company Boxed Up Party Co. And people were going to come to my website and buy the themes, and then the whole entire theme was gonna ship directly to the person's house. And I get in these like, maybe call it manic, but I get in these like moods, I guess, where I'm like all in, like all in. There's no like just a little bit in with me. I'm either like all or none. And so I bought this heat press machine thinking like I could do custom t-shirts like for the birthday boy or girl, or like custom banners. And I did these for like my friends and for my own kids, but then I ended up never selling any of it. And so now we have a ton of like party supply goods in our shop, which just ask Keith. He's been along for the ride with several of my manic ideas that I've never done. Thank you. So anyways, now I'm going to be doing all the, what? Now I'm gonna do the t-shirts for the town's little VBS. If you don't know, with vinyl, it helps if you kind of like spray it with a little bit of like rubbing alcohol first and then place it on the shirt and heat press it. So that's what we're gonna do.